actually the first tape machine I ever bought, and about a year ago I actually sold the original one I had. At the time I was really into the 244s and some of the other more vintage models, and recently I saw one of these online that needed some repair, so decided to buy it, fix it up, and I'm really glad I did because this is honestly one of the best machines Tascam ever made. It's super easy to use, it has really great features, and while the preamps aren't as warm and gooey as some of the earlier models, it's still a really awesome machine to have. For today's video, I thought it'd be fun to record another Ariel Pink track on this. We're going to be doing his song Only in My Dreams, which came out in the early 2010s. Really fun 60s psychedelic song. Normally when I shoot these videos, I spend some time learning the songs, and then I record them, take notes on what I did, and then sort of give a breakdown after the fact. But today I thought it'd be fun to do more of a long form video where I'm actually going to be showing you step by step how I make the song. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the first thing I normally do is I spend a lot of time listening to the song, learning all the parts, and then when I'm getting ready to record, I write down all of the instruments that I hear, and that helps dictate the order in which I record them. For a machine like the 424, it's very powerful and has a lot more flexibility, and in a sense is a lot more forgiving with how you record versus a machine like the 244 where you really have to plan ahead. The 424 actually has inputs 5, 6, 7, and 8, which can actually print sound on their own, but you can use them to route to tracks 1 through 4. So that really gives you a whole lot more flexibility. This one's going to be a little bit more loose. I'm going to kind of see what happens as we go, but as far as instruments go, we have the click track, of course. We're going to have to get that. Bass, drums, acoustic guitar, lead guitar. It might be a 12 string, I'm not sure. I don't have a 12 string, so I'm just gonna have to make do with a normal electric. We have 2 background vocals, main vocal, and something that sounds like a harpsichord, I think. My piano chops aren't too great, so I'm gonna see if I'm able to lay that down. I'm also hearing some kind of synth lead. We'll probably use the Juno for that. Let's go ahead and get started recording the click, and then I think we'll probably do the guitars first. All right, guys, gonna get started. So the first thing I'm gonna do is right here in track 4, I have a click track coming out from Ableton. So I'm gonna set track 4 to mic line, and then over here, I'm gonna set this to direct and going to record a couple minutes of the click track. And just so y'all know, I'm going to be doing this over a couple days, so you will see some wardrobe changes. Just got done recording the click, going to set this to off, pull it down, and the next thing I'm going to do is record my acoustic and electric guitar. We'll start with acoustic on track 2, going to set that to mic line, track 2 to direct, and I want to make sure to set track 4, which is my click track, back to safe mode, because if it's not on safe mode, then it's going to go ahead and overwrite. I'm also going to be using the tape cue here. This is similar to how it works on some of the other Tascam models, but if you turn the switch to tape cue, these bottom effects knobs actually control the tape cue volume. So if I have track 4 up here, this is actually my click track, so this is how you're going to want to record when you're overdubbing. So I'm going to go ahead and record the acoustic guitar, then when I'm done, I'm going to set this to off, go ahead and record my electric guitar, set this to mic line, set this to direct, the acoustic guitar back down to safe, and then I'm going to go ahead and turn the tape cue up when I'm ready. Right now we have the electric guitar and acoustic guitar on tracks 1 and 2 respectively, and we have the click track on track 4. Now the next thing I'm going to actually record is going to be synthesizer, but I'm going to do a pretty cool trick. I'm going to record it onto track 3. I have my synth plugged in here to input 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to record my synth lead on track 3 while simultaneously ping-ponging my guitars onto one track. This is one of the really cool features of the 424 and saves me a lot of time. So in order to do that, I'm going to set both of my guitars to tape. I'm going to set track 3 to mic line so it can receive signal. And then if I go over to track 3 where I'm recording, I'm going to set that to bus L. So that means everything that's bus left is going to record onto track 3. So I have my guitars bus left, and then on track 5, which I'm plugged into, I'm going to send that to bus L as well. Just another reminder, tracks 5, 6, 7, and 8 cannot hold audio themselves, but they can be used as additional inputs to send. So I'm going to be playing my synth live on track 5, and the guitars are simultaneously going to bounce to track 3. I also want to make sure that my tape cues are on so that I hear the guitars and I hear the click track while I'm playing. Currently, I have my acoustic and electric guitar and synthesizer on track 3. I have my click on track 4. Next thing I'm going to do is record my Nashville guitar in lieu of the harpsichord. I tried to lay down the harpsichord part and it just didn't sound great. So I'm going to actually do the same concept onto track 2. I'm going to set this to mic line, set my guitars and synth to tape, and I have my Nashville guitar SM57 plugged in here to track 5. So on track 2, I'm going to set this to bus R, which means everything that is bus right is going to print onto track 2. My acoustic and electric guitar and synth, as well as what I have on track 5, going to bus that right, which means that everything is going to be printing onto track 2. Next, we're going to be recording stereo drums. So currently I have all of my guitars plus my synth on track 2. I want to record stereo drums on 5 and 6 and bounce the drums plus all these instruments onto track 3. So in order to do that, I'm going to have all my instruments set to tape. I'm going to have track 3 set to mic line. Inputs 5 and 6 are where my stereo drums are. And in order to get this all into track 3, I'm going to set track 3 to the bus L function, make sure everything else is on safe mode. And now everything that's bus left, so here are my drums, and here the instruments are all going to print onto track 3. So after this pass, we'll have all the guitars, the synth, and the drums onto track 3. Okay, so currently I have the drums and all the instruments onto track 3. I still have my click on track 4. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to record bass onto track 1. That's going to stay there permanently, and I'm going to go ahead and lay down my main vocals onto track 2. So to record bass, I'm going to make sure I'm plugged in, set it to mic line, and then just go direct, the good old-fashioned simple way. After that is done, I'm going to go ahead and record my main vocals, switching that to mic line, recording that in, and we're now ready to override the click track since we have the drums. So after I'm done with the bass and the main vocals, I'm actually going to record my first background vocal take and bounce that live along with the main vocals to track 4, thus overriding the kick. So I'll probably have it plugged into input 5, and to get it onto track 4, I'm going to set track 4 to bus R. I'll go ahead and bus my main vocal over, and then track 5 where my background vocal mic will be, and that'll go ahead and print my main vocal and my first background vocal on track 4. Okay, now that we have our vocals on track 4, I'm going to actually do a second vocal take, moving that over to track 2. And I'm going to be doing that using inputs 5 and probably just input 5 again. So in order to get everything on track 2, going to do bus R, going to bus my main and background vocals over to there, and then on track 5, I'm going to send that left as well. And so after we're done with this pass, I'll have 3 vocal takes on track 2. As a reminder, we have bass on track 1 and our instruments and drums on track 3. Well, this has been a doozy. So right now we have bass on track 1. I have 3 vocal takes on track 2, my guitars and my drums on track 3. And the last thing we're going to be recording are some choir background vocals that I'm going to just be using a contact preset for. So in order to do that, I'm going to set this to mic line, direct, make sure everything else is on safe mode, and that should be the track. All right, so I know that was a lot, and to be honest, I was kind of improvising the order in which I was doing things. Wasn't as disciplined as I usually am, but up on the screen right here, I will probably end up showing the sequence in the order in which I recorded things. There's probably a better, more efficient way to do it if you're following along. But nonetheless, I hope it helped you just sort of think about the strategy for recording songs on analog tape. One thing I would like to call out is there's definitely some lag on the tape. So when you watch the video of me performing it, obviously everything's recorded digitally, but the tape is playing back at sort of varying speeds. So it does get out of sync toward the middle and the end, but guarantee you raw dog this, did it all live. So without further ado, here's Only in My Dreams.
Succeed in love, just dream a little dream about a girl so real. And when she don't call up no more, I'll never give up. You gotta believe it, if only in my dreams, only in my dreams, only in my dreams she'll be right there next to me. And if I could see, if only in my dreams you're the luckiest girl in the world, there's no other more lucky in love. You don't have to explain, cause you're the ones in love. And we'll have so much fun on the beach, on the ocean of my dreamscape, only in my dreams. Succeed in love, just dream a little dream about a girl so real. And when she don't call up no more, we'll never give up. You gotta believe it, if only in my dreams she'll be right there next to me. Only in my dreams, only in my dreams. And if I could see, if only in my dreams you're the luckiest girl in the world, there's no other more lucky in love. You don't have to explain, cause you're the ones in love. And we'll have so much fun on the beach, on the ocean of my dreamscape, only in my dreams. It's just begun. You're the luckiest girl in the world, there's no other more lucky in love. You don't have to explain, cause you're the ones in love. And we'll have so much fun, yeah, only in my dreams.